Welcome to the program. This is What's Your Story. My name is Catherine Mwangi and happy Valentine's Day in advance. You know how we do. It's February, the month of love. So we have an incredible couple with us who both have a powerful story, yes, as a couple and also as individuals. And we'll get to unpack all of that hopefully in the next 1 hour. Welcome to the show, Roy and Ronita Niladri.
Thank you.
Your names are tongue twisters. As a Kikuyu, I had to go slowly so that I don't mess them up.
But I have a Kikuyu name also.
Oh, no?
I'm called Jerry.
Like my sister. So how did you get that name?
My best friend, she's a Kikuyu. So she named me after her mom.
Nice,
so-
Jerry. That's my elder sister. See, Roy, we've just taken over this conversation. So I always like to tell the audience how we got to meet with the guests. And so with Roy runs currently Little. We know them as Little Cab, but is that the name of the company, Little Cab?
So the company is called Little.
Little.
Because that has to be the universal brand for all the products we have currently running.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
so
not just the
it's-
cab business.
So we started with cabs, but now it's a super app. So we have food services, we have grocery services, we have movies. You can actually have your movie experience. You can have a COVID test. And so many other things as a bouquet of services on the same platform.
No.
Yeah.
A COVID test too?
COVID test, okay, we have a list of partners.
Okay.
And so you can actually book a COVID test and person comes and gets the sample and you get your test done.
That's amazing. That's the Little app.
That's Little app, yeah.
So that's the company that now you're overseeing the operations, etc.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about what you do.
So we started 5 years back in Kenya, Kenya being our largest market share. However, we operated in Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Somalia. This year we are actually moving towards the West and the Central Africa and the Francophone countries.
Okay.
That's a bigger plan we have. We also launched our food and delivery services in Kenya.
Okay.
We have a list of merchant as a food merchant on the platform. We also have grocery services, so you get your grocery delivered at home. We launched Little Care, which is basically a healthcare division. So we introduce COVID tests because this is the need of the hour. That many people they cannot go to the hospital for the testing. So the person, the representative comes and take the sample, and you get your test done at your home, precisely for the antigen test. But for PCR, your sample has to be collected. And the lab test results will be there on your platform.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
So you oversee operations in those countries that you've mentioned?
Yes, so I'm the COO of the organization, so I oversee the expansion and the business growth for the entire organization. And so basically, every country we have our regional operations. And we are, we have like over 100 people in Nairobi. It's a very, very Kenyan organizations. We have a development team based out of Kenya. So the entire platform is developed by the Kenyans. And we are very proud of that.
Yeah.
And we continue providing that momentum with the Kenyan spirit. When we are in Tanzania, of course, we need to work with the Tanzanian, the local Tanzanian spirit and stuff like that. And so is Uganda, and so is our other operational agenda for the other countries.
Yeah.
So that's how we are growing. This year, we are focusing more on, the Central Africa and the West Africa, but we need to expand across Pan-Africa. So that's our ambition.
Yeah.
As an organization, we want to be an unicorn in less than 2 years. That's our biggest ambition.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a wild one.
Thank
That's
you.
a wild one. And it's possible anyway. And we'll come to how you landed here to run Little. So now I won't call it Little Cab, because that's but at least I've been enlightened on to what it is. But Miss Ron, we bonded over food before the show started. and I got to know she can make a million cuisines, by the way, which I'm looking forward to sampling. But tell me a little bit more about yourself.
I run a foundation called Jikoni Foundation back in India.
Okay.
And we stayed in Kenya from 2009 to 2019.
Okay.
And then we went back briefly. And when I went back to India, I thought it's high time, you know, I must start doing something in India for my people there.
Yeah.
So I started a food business called Jikoni a food company. I was greatly influenced by the warmth of this country. So that's the reason I named it Jikoni Food.
Jikoni.
And in 2000, the Jikoni Food started in 2020.
Right.
And in 2021, India saw the second wave of COVID.
Yes.
And when the whole country went into lockdown, we started now, we need to feed people because there were people stranded on the roads, everywhere, you name it, there were people hungry. That's when Jikoni Foundation came into being. So we work in food and nutrition, that means health.
Yeah.
And we work with new mothers, we work with cancer patients, providing them the nutrition security.
Wow.
So
You know, when I read your bio, in your husband's bio, which I have to say a big kudos to, because you know you included your wife in your bio, which for me is really cool, and I saw how you came out during that time to feed people who couldn't afford it, you know, in
Yes.
their hundreds of thousands.
it was a different scenario, Catherine.
Yeah.
People had money, but since it was a lockdown situation, they didn't know where to find food. So I met families which has not seen what a cooked food looks like for 7 days, because they were walking from one city to another city because suddenly the lockdown happened.
Yeah.
I went into the largest government-run hospital in Pune, which is called the Sassoon Hospital, the Sassoon General Hospital. And the mortuary staff told me that we haven't seen what food looks like, because that was a crisis for the whole country.
Everything was shut down.
And the city I was that time, it's called where I live, Pune, was the hotspot of COVID.
Really?
Yes. We saw piles and piles of dead bodies. People who are waiting for people who are waiting for their dear ones to get cremated, because it was not anticipated. So the situation how Jikoni Foundation started is not a very happy moment, but I'm happy that people could get a leash of life out of it. So it's very emotional, and people sometimes ask me, you know, why Jikoni? You know, what does it mean? So for me, it's a tribute to this beautiful country.
Yeah.
You know, because Kenya stands for warmth, and my foundation stands for warmth as well.
Yeah. Wow. How many families were you feeding per day?
We were feeding close to 3,000 people a day.
Where were you getting the food from?
We used to cook ourselves.
What?
We were a team of 6 people who used to cook in shifts. We hardly slept for 3 or 4 hours a day. I used to get up 4:30 in the morning, cook the first lot of 300 to 350 people, and then pack it and go to the hospital. So we were feeding the relatives of COVID patients. We were feeding the policemen on duty. We were feeding the frontline workers. We were feeding the mortuary, caretakers. We were feeding people who are there at the cremation grounds because they had no choice to go back home.
Yeah.
There are people who have not been to their home for a stretch of 14, 15 days. And you know, you cannot live without food. So food was one way to reach them. Then we also catered to their other needs, like, you know, getting an ambulance, going back to their hometown.
Yeah.
So it became like a whole big family.
Yeah. So that was, Roy, that was like a full-time job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah?
oh yes. For 4.5 months, we were on our toes. We used to work close to 18 to 20 hours a day.
I can even just add few points because
Yeah.
that point of time I was also there.
Yeah, you were there.
Even I used to go to the hospitals with her and the team to distribute food some of the times. And we saw the emergency room, we saw the mortuary, we saw how people were just waiting for us, you know, to get the food. Because that time, people were actually concerned about their family members, how to save their life and stuff like that. Doctors were overwhelmed. There was no room, there's no oxygen cylinder, there was no ventilator, people were just dying everywhere. So somebody has to come out and help them, the frontline workers, because those people are the one who are always on their toes to help the others.
Yeah.
So this is our actual responsibility to help them so that they can continue their services.
Yeah.
So I think Jikoni Foundation has come out and they have been continuing these services till now,
Yeah.
and with a bigger way, much bigger way. Probably she can actually emphasize.
And back
on
then
that.
you were funding it yourselves?
I just tweeted and we got support from all over the world.
Just a tweet.
Just a tweet. It got about, I think if I'm not exaggerating, about 11,000 people liked it in a
What?
period. Yes. If you go to my Twitter handle, it's Rons1212, you can see it. I just tweeted that I need to get out on the road and feed people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people just poured in with their
Contributions,
whatever support
any
they
small
could.
thing, yeah.
I had a team of 20 volunteers who would just wait to know that the food was ready. They would come, pack it. And we use no plastic in our packaging.
Oh.
We are trying to mitigate climate change. So all the packaging was in a paper, biodegradable food grade paper.
Wow.
We use organic lentils. It's all plant-based.
Yeah.
So we are trying to get people to a healthier habit. And during COVID, you know, the medication of COVID also results into high sugar levels. So the rice we use also, you know, mitigates the high sugar levels.
Wow.
So we have a team of, you know, doctors who recommend this should go in the diet, this shouldn't go.
Yeah.
So it's all well planned because we are looking at a well-being. We met a gentleman when we were feeding. He used to work in a hotel. He has his family back in Delhi and he was stuck in Pune. And he finished all his money because, you know, he lost his job due to lockdown and he had no other place but to sleep on the pavement. So the first day I found him, he was frail, you know, not eaten well, low self-esteem. So I told him, I don't want to listen to anything, just eat. I'll listen to you when I come back tomorrow or day after. So the first few weeks we just fed him and just told him, don't worry about the food,
Yeah.
you will get it tomorrow, just recover.
Yeah.
On the 14th day, you know, when I started knowing what he is, I realized he was working in a hotel and he said, now I'm recovering. And he showed me he has a snake bite, you know, because he was sleeping on the pavement. During the night, he has a snake bite on his left foot. So we got it, you know, treated.
Yeah.
On the 45th day, he told me that I don't need the food because now I'm healthy.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for a job. And today he works and he feeds 5 people.
Oh, he pays it forward.
He pays this forward. So I always tell food is a transformational tool. So when you feed someone with love and tell him that he is important, you know, he gets back the zeal to work forward.
Yeah. During that time you were together and you were running the foundation together, and then it got to a point now that you needed to come back because you were here before you left.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now you had to come back. So
Yeah.
what prompted the comeback?
So it prompted me that I was always been into fintech. So I was my previous company was Craft Silicon, where I worked for like 8-9 years. I worked extensively in Africa. Worked with most of the banks here. Now I realized that fintech is fantastic field to work, but I need a little bit more on the consumer side of it now.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to get into where where the space is. Like, you know, in India, the consumer market is like booming. Okay, in Asia rather, I can call it. Some of the companies like, I can call it Grab, Gojek, Zomato, Ola, you know, which is basically we are just like their counterpart
Yeah.
here in Africa. And I've seen how the company's grown exponentially, right? And this is the space where maximum innovation is happening. When I was working with Kamal, our founder, for the group company, because Kamal is very innovator. He's a techie. He's an innovator guy.
Yeah.
We were hand in hand, kept on innovations. So now when Kamal started and I helped him to incubate the idea for Little way back in 2015, then the company started in a very humbly, but today I can say that the company needs the leadership to exponentially grow there.
Right.
And that is what prompted me that, hey, let me also contribute to the exponential growth of the company.
Yes.
So I came back.
Came back home.
But
I
I
came
think
back home.
I think we have been baptized into Kenyans, So,
Yeah, so I
so
love
we
Kenya.
had to come
I
back.
think Kenya is my second home. I believe that. Yes, I was born in India. I studied in India, but I worked in Africa. This is my working
Yeah.
place, and I always love to work in Africa.
Yeah. So you came back home.
I came back home. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
and so what was that like? So you were coming from this dire situation brought about by COVID,
Yeah.
into now this, a dream that you had maybe 5-6 years ago. Now
Yeah.
wanting to bring that to
Yes,
life.
I wanted to make Little as a global company.
Yes.
I have the vision with Kamal that this company has to be listed in New York Stock Exchange.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Wow.
and we will launch our IPO.
Wow.
Right, so these are the visions we have.
Yes.
And we can only do it when we are a Pan-African organization.
The fact that you're both fulfilling your individual and collective visions in two different continents, I think it's incredible. And so, okay, this will totally be a blown question, but so you have no problem at home with the food, eh?
No.
The food. the
no,
food is
no,
well
food
taken
is
care of.
yeah, food is taken care of.
You know those husbands who decide to eat outside
Yeah.
and then come back home.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
a foodie, He's the most fussiest, I think, foodie. He doesn't eat what he's cooked for. Can't repeat his food, so it has to be a different. Oh yes,
But you've spoiled him. What
yeah, that's
even I
that's
would-
what my friends say. That
Even I would be the
yes.
same. I'm like, what do you mean you want me to
Yeah.
do the same thing?
Yeah.
So you're spoiled, eh?
I spoiled, but I also learned a little
He
bit
learned
of
cooking. I told
cooking.
him that you have to learn cooking.
So when we
because-
started the food company way back in 2020,
20.
it was started by accident, I can call it,
In
or
fact-
by chance, I can call it rather. It was like a hobby, came into a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kept on, posting on Twitter, and people started liking it, and they say, hey, why can't you bring it to us,
Yeah.
and charge for us? That is how it
Right,
started.
right.
And those days, even I was also giving hands to her. So,
Yeah.
I learned this
Yeah.
art also.
Yeah.
So now I'm self-sustainable person. I can actually continue without.
No. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Roy, but I don't think you can do her 10 physics. No. Tell me, what are you really good at?
So I'm very good at,
Making tea.
I believe I'm good at networking.
No. In the
cooking.
kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Oh, you network with the
kitchen.
ingredients.
Oh, in the kitchen. Okay, I can cook a little bit basic items like rice, lentil, omelette, some tea,
Masala
coffee,
tea.
Masala
some
tea.
basics. But
Basics.
she's the expert.
Yeah.
She's the expert. So,
But you're still a fussy, picky eater.
Very fussy.
Is it?
Oh, very, very fussy.
Yeah. But it's...
He refuses to go to. I mean, sorry to say, but he refuses to go to friends' house who are not good cooks. He would rather eat at home and then go. He can't compromise with his food.
little bit actually, finicky on the food side of it, because food actually binds, and if there is no good food,
Yeah.
my feeling is not that good.
Yeah.
So food has to be.
I am so tickled by this. Oh.
Yeah, and when I was running the food company,
Yeah.
he was my main tester.
I was a
So
taster.
whenever the food used to
I was
go
a
out,
taster, and I wanted to
I
make sure
designated
that
him as taster because then
I wanted to make sure that the packaging and everything is on the
So
on the
you
mark.
enjoyed it.
he enjoyed it.
So
Yeah.
what happens to you then when Ronita is back in India? Because she only comes here every few weeks.
Yeah. So no, that time before we left, she was with me.
She was here, yes.
She was. I
She
was
was
here. I
here.
was staying
Yeah.
in Kenya.
Yeah, you were
Then-
together, yes.
Yeah, we're together. Then we made a move. We went to Bangalore,
Right.
which is basically called Silicon Valley of Asia.
Yeah.
Every corner you see one tech company. So I joined my friend there to help him to grow the business. We stayed there for 1 year. Then I decided to move back that time. And then COVID kicked in.
Yeah.
So
We were
everything
supposed to
got
fly
shattered.
and
Our
then
plan
that
got shattered. We
happened.
couldn't come back. Then we thought what to do.
Yeah.
Then we took a little bit break in
Yeah.
Pune. We moved to Pune. Then this thing came up.
Yeah.
By chance, I can call it, or
Yeah.
just it happened like that. Then we thought, let's give some time to this business, how it works. But we really enjoyed it. I used to deliver myself the food. And it was tremendously enjoyable for me at that point of time because so I can say that from a delivery boy perspective to the packaging perspective to
Tester.
a cooking perspective to everything, we had an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that entrepreneurship skills I developed during this time.
I see.
And I always tell my volunteers now that if you don't go through that small nitty-gritties, even if it is just giving food to somebody,
Yeah.
you cannot train anybody. So there are times when I'm always on the field, whether it's going to an hospital, going to a mortuary, going to anywhere.
Yeah.
Because if I don't see the situation, I cannot expect my volunteer to, do that
Yes,
situation.
yes.
As a leader, I must do what I intend people to do when I'm not there.
True. Very
So that's
true.
the reason, even for the food company, we used to deliver the food ourselves.
Yes.
Because the interaction with your customers is very important.
Very important.
Be it your customer, be it your beneficiary,
Yeah.
whosoever
You want to
it
get
is.
first-hand feedback.
Yes,
as
and the
well.
trust, because due to COVID, the trust was getting diminishing because,
Yeah.
they don't know who is going to deliver the food, are they
Yes.
vaccinated?
Yeah, the sensitivity.
So we decided we are going to deliver the food ourselves when the food company was in 2020.
You guys, man, you're fire. You are fire. Did you carry some spice? This set is on fire. But we'll take a very, very, very short and quick commercial break. When we come back, there's a couple challenge that I want to have with Roy and Ron. And also we get to know whether Jikoni Foods will be landing in Nairobi because I think we need it. I think we do. So I hope the answer is yes. Don't go too far. What's your story? We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching KTN Home. This is What's Your Story. My name is Catherine Mwangi, having an incredible, unbelievable food binding conversation with the Niladris. That's Roy and Ronita. And we left it off at how just a pandemic, a global pandemic, birthed this dream that was literally birthed from Ronita's kitchen, not Roy's kitchen. Roy's just a delivery boy. Let's get our roles right. So from your kitchen. And so my question to you would be, is this something you studied? Food, nutrition, is this something you went to school for?
No.
Okay.
No, I started cooking at a very early age because I lost my mother when I was 10. And nobody taught me cooking, it's just, I tell you, God is there when you just decide what you need to do, need to do. And so I started learning myself and trying to improvise.
Yeah.
And I observed that, when you cook a meal, it is just happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it binds the family. And that was my intention when I started Jikoni Foundation. I want to bind the whole world into a happy family.
Yeah.
So, when we start feeding people who are needy, I think this world will be a happier place.
I agree.
That's
I
what it is.
absolutely agree. Earlier on, you had talked about doing the same here in Kenya. So speak to that.
Yes, we want to work with, we want to work with women, new mothers in Kenya who, who face the chances of malnutrition. Because pandemic has made the access to food and nutrition very, very difficult globally. And we want to encourage people, to come forward and embrace the word called sharing. Just share a meal with somebody who is not getting a nutritious meal.
Yeah.
Because when you feed a person, you just give back his dignity. You can't ask a person to change if he's not eaten well. But you can change a person when he's served with love.
True.
So we want to start. We have a project back in India which is called Poshan Cafe. Poshan means nutrition in Indian language.
Okay.
And Poshan Cafe is a very unique concept. It's a cafe, but then it serves khichdi. Khichdi is a mixed meal of rice and lentils.
Okay.
It's like a salty porridge. And it will serve free of cost, to all needy, anybody who is hungry.
Wow.
Anybody who's hungry can come to the Poshan Cafe and eat.
For free.
For free. Wow. Because when a person is well fed, he doesn't need anything else, He will then think of changing his life. But if you tell a hungry person to change life,
They want food first.
they want food first.
Yeah.
So we want to test out a similar model like Poshan Cafe, where we are working with people who are facing the high challenges of malnutrition
Okay.
with new mothers,
Okay.
and see how it goes.
Okay.
So very soon we will be announcing our Kenyan
Wow. The
yeah
initiatives now.
the
for
Kenyan
Kenya.
initiatives for Kenya. Yes.
Wow, especially that food delivery. I mean, most of us don't want to cook every day. So if there's Jikoni foods that you can pre-order, and then delivery boy in his team make sure that the food is...
But I think now the delivery boy will send little cab to deliver.
Yeah. So we'll deliver. Little has a huge delivery team
yeah.
to take care of it.
Yeah, but I think it's something that should be there. I think it will be... And people want to eat from a trustworthy
Yes.
source. And also... Nowadays,
Yes.
people are very conscious of what else are you do. Like, so when I hear that people can walk into the cafe and eat for free,
Yes. Everybody can be bonded over food.
I think that's...
And food needs no language. When I came to this country,
Yeah.
I hardly knew any words in Swahili. The only thing I knew to cook food. And today I have so many friends. They are family to us.
So there are people who are billionaires
Yeah.
who want to help. So when they listen to stories like this, they're like, you mean it's that simple? So that's why I like to have stories
Yes.
that, provoke people. You don't even have to be a billionaire. There are people willing to help. That's why your tweet brought in the help that you were looking for, and you had free testers,
Yes.
free delivery boys, etc. So, but then you had to come here because you also had a dream
Absolutely.
that you had with Kamal in 2015, and you needed to see that dream come to pass.
True.
So what has that journey been like for you the last, 1.5 years? Or is it a year?
No, so I recently moved. We moved
September. I think you moved in
September last year. The journey is so exciting, I can tell you, that the moment I walked in, I saw that...
he's happier in Kenya. The moment he walked in, he was like...
The moment I landed in Kenya, I know that after 2 years, precisely, I said, hey, this is my home, actually. So everything...
We feel
starting
the same.
from
When we land at JKI,
landing to
it's
coming
just
to
like
Little's office, I think this is like homecoming experience.
It's homecoming.
And when I entered the office, I feel so energetic. So energetic that I believe people were waiting for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think it's like, that experience, that journey.
Yeah.
And I'm actually enjoying.
Yeah. What makes you a different leader?
I think you look at the bigger goal when you are actually completing the smaller journey. So that keeps me moving, and the focus.
Yeah.
I think these two things, if you just concentrate and continue doing it, I think that makes a difference.
I hear you. So focus on the bigger goal. How long have you been married?
We are about 14 years.
14 years.
Well, anytime I ask this question, the husband has to confirm with the wife.
You are so busy with the daily world.
Yeah,
you forgot that you
we
have
both
been
are
married for so
workaholics.
long.
So, we...
Every time
We
the
stopped
husband
counting.
has to confirm with the wife, it's 14 or 15 or 13. So you confirm it's 14 years.
Yes.
We agreed on 14.
We agree on 14. Yes, I think that's a very political answer. politically correct answer. We
Politically
agree on, the coalition agrees on 14.
So you got married and came to Kenya immediately.
Yeah, yeah. So
More or less, yeah.
So more, yeah, like that. So we came, but there was an apprehension before that because in my family there was nobody who came before to Africa that time because.
But his best friend is a Zimbabwean, so you know.
Oh.
So the person
Yeah,
who inspired me
so-
is a guy called Panache. He visited before to India, and then I got the inspiration because I always loved Kenya
Yeah.
and Africa
Yeah.
in general because wildlife always attracted me and the nature always attracted me.
Okay.
So I started developing that kind of love for Africa that someday I will actually definitely visit. But it came like an opportunity to work here, so I did not think twice.
Yeah, we took it as a challenge.
I did not consult a lot many people. Although I did, few people they had a mixed opinion.
Yeah.
Because those days, like 2008 and 9, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
People had apprehension that hey, what you're going to do in Africa. But I thought, okay, first I need to go and visit. I need to see the world. And I believe that I never made a mistake.
Yes.
I came back, I came here, I started working, I started loving, and I stayed back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought that, oh my God, it was my mistake. I never
Yeah.
thought that.
And it happens all the time. People have this apprehension about Africa. First, they see all of us as one country.
No, I think it is. If a Kenyan is given an Indian job, he will also have it. It's apprehensions are all about because you don't know the language.
I wouldn't have an apprehension if you told me to go work in Dubai, girl. I mean, please. Even America, even India. But a lot of foreigners feel Africa. So you're like, no, like come. What you did was great. Come first, see.
Yeah.
Then see if you don't feel like you can settle here, then go
absolutely.
back. But
Yeah.
you stayed, and now you're one of us, and
Yeah.
that is
We miss
incredible.
when we went back India. We used to sometimes I used to wake up and I used to ask myself, I'm in Nairobi or in India. It was like because you have stayed in a country for 10 years.
Yeah.
It just becomes. And
Yeah.
then I did my second master's from Tangaza. So
Okay.
it was so Nairobi was so much into us.
Yeah, and your friends are here.
Yes.
Yes.
Friends who are family for us.
Yes.
They check on us. Oh, what are you doing? How is the pandemic taking up?
Amazing.
So we can't think our life is incomplete without Kenya.
Good point is, when I was in India
Yeah.
for last 2 years, all my friends and my business partners and my customers, they were just waiting for me. They said, Roy, when you're coming back to your own country. And that made me feel that, yes, I was born in India. I was kind of, I was in the study and all, but my working place in Africa, I have to go back.
Yeah.
This is where I feel myself very much connected to the ground, to the people. That brought me here.
Yeah. And you're doing something of incredible value.
I have tremendous opportunity ahead of me.
Yeah.
If I'm in India, without any offense, India for me is having a limited opportunity because I never worked there physically. Even if I wanted to be with my parents and all, as long as it's fine. But the thing is, I believe if I'm in Africa, I'm in abundance of opportunity, which can keep me another maybe whatever years.
However many decades.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so that brought me here, and I believe that I will continue.
Okay. Okay. The reason I have my phone is because it's time for the couples challenge.
Okay.
Okay.
14 years. Let's see. So anyway, so you know how this is done. So it's something that actually started during COVID on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And so I think because couples were together at home and everyone was maybe pretty much bored, and so the couple challenges started coming up, and so it's just a series of questions where the person asking the question asks this couple, and you answer either pointing at yourself. If the answer is you, it's you or your partner.
Okay.
You get that?
Okay.
Okay. So let's start with who made the first move? Okay, you should also be pointing at yourself.
First move in Kenya?
No, in the relationship.
Oh, relationship. Okay. Yeah, I think she.
She made the first move? No. Really?
Yes.
But she pointed at you. Okay, Ronita, teach me your ways. Teach me
We
your
don't
ways.
actually, it was just spontaneous. We actually don't remember. It was very mutual. We were in the MBA
Someone
school.
must have seen someone
Yeah.
and decided to make the
Yeah.
first
So I think,
move.
I think we made a move, but the relationship move, she's the one who took the initiative. I was a little bit naive in this relationship. And I didn't know. I mean, that point of time, it was just like,
You know how men are. So
So
yeah.
teach me your moves, Ronita. We need to know how to make these moves. I mean, this is a combo we have to have over dinner.
sure.
Sure. Sure.
So why did you point at him? Anyway, okay. Who said I love you first?
Do we even remember?
You better. Roy, why are you smiling? Because it's Ronita again. It's
I think she's the one. I've always been shy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
always
he's
been.
very introvert when it comes. Yeah, he's very.
Okay.
I'm very outgoing. We are opposites.
Oh.
I can talk for 24 hours and he can stay quiet for
I can
24 hours.
listen.
So, Ronita, you want to tell me you made the first move? You said I love you. You said, will you marry me? All of those things. You finished that bit.
I'm a very independent woman.
You guys are cracking me up. My cheekbones hurt.
Why do you wait for a man to say all that,
Okay. You'll wait forever. We should have run back for those tips, Millicent. Okay. Who's the better driver?
I
drive.
I don't
She
drive.
doesn't
So
drive.
he drives. I don't
Okay,
drive. I
so-
hate driving. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love
Hey,
that.
you are quick on that one. Okay. Who's the better dancer?
I never danced, but
So it's me.
So it's you. Okay. Who's more patient?
I'm a very patient guy.
Oh my God, he's patient. Very patient.
Yeah.
I'm very
He
impulsive.
lets you get away with murder?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at you. He's a very patient guy. There was a time I broke all crockery in my home.
And then?
He did nothing.
Why were you breaking crockery though?
I don't know. There was something.
You were angry?
Yes, I was angry, and you know how young people are.
No, we don't. Tell us. Look at
He's
Roy.
very patient. He's very patient. He has a lot of patience. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Who has the craziest family?
We both have, in our own ways. We both have very crazy. His family is big in numbers,
Okay.
and we are very crazy in impulsive.
Okay.
So we both have very crazy family. But I think your family is craziest.
Do you agree, Mr. Niladri?
Well, it can be, different perspective, the craziness. Yes, in my family, I think we love to explore things,
Okay.
different things.
All right. So your family is crazy. Who apologizes first after a fight? Of course, you.
Yeah, because I'm a patient guy, so it's better to be that
Peaceful
way.
than.
Yes.
Okay, so you really drag it on, eh, girl? Who is the funny one?
I think we both are.
Funny.
Funnier
no.
then.
Funny. I think she is more humorous, and presence of mind is much better than me.
Ah, wow. Wow. In that case, then you're the one who's more romantic. What you just said there was so romantic. Like, who's more romantic? Roy, I've answered that for you. Or, are you? Who's more romantic?
I never tasted that.
See, I'm the one to cook the food, so
Yeah.
I'm more romantic than him.
Yeah, but he apologizes first after a fight.
Oh, okay. He has no other choice.
You know? Who spends the most money? You don't even want to point at her.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Let's see. Who takes longer to get ready in the morning?
Oh, yes.
How?
Well, but I wake up, I have like jogging and all these things. I take a little bit.
He's very
time.
fussy about what he's going to wear.
Oh,
He's very
fussy with
fussy.
your food, fussy
Food,
with
In
your
fact,
dress,
clothes.
yeah.
you should have a question who takes longer in shopping. He's the one. For me, shopping is going to the store, just picking up. For him, he can go. So when I see pictures of the husband is sitting, I
You're
sit like
no.
that.
Yeah. No,
I'm
but
the one who's
introverts,
sitting.
I can attest because I'm also one. So the shopping thing, I'll take forever. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just wanna just meticulous. It's my time. It's like
Oh
a
my
me
goodness,
time.
he can get into detailing. For me, it's functional. You need to have, and then he complains that I travel very light because I'm very functional.
You travel light?
Yes.
I can't travel light.
Because this time I've traveled without a check-in luggage.
No.
I've become very functional because of the work the kind of work I
Yeah.
do, because I have to spend time in villages and going where I just need a pair of jeans and a t-shirt.
That's it.
He cannot travel light.
I can't also.
Even if he's going to Uganda for 2 days, he must be carrying 30 kgs of luggage.
Okay. All right. Who's more annoying when they're hungry?
Oh my God, he's very fussy. I told you he's a fussy eater.
Food. When it comes to food, I think I prefer not to be kind of
Left
waiting,
hungry.
not to be waiting for the food, and I get crazy. If it is, I need to wait for food, because food is something which
So
goes
Roy,
with me. Yeah.
so let me interrupt you a bit. So when you say get crazy, what does that look like?
Crazy in the sense, then I get impatient.
Yeah, he gets.
I get impatient. Why I'm not getting the food on time?
So Ronita knows, it's 6 o'clock, Roy is at the gate, I better have this
Not
food on
even
the table.
6. When I was in Kenya,
Uh-huh.
when it was 12:30 lunchtime, my house girl used to be in panic, like, oh my God, Mama, the food is not ready. Roy is about to come.
Oh, wow.
So we by 1 the food used to be on the table. He can't. He gets impatient when he's hungry.
So you walk in straight to the dining table?
Yeah, of course.
Eat.
I don't wait.
No,
When the food is ready, I don't wait.
not in your house.
Yeah, not absolutely.
Okay, I like that. Kind of like that. Who has the last say in an argument?
Me.
Why are you not pointing at her, by the way?
Because it's by default. So
Because
it
I'm
is,
saying it on behalf of us.
You're admitting?
yeah.
He's my running mate, so he has to agree to what I say.
Okay. You have the last say in an argument.
Yes, absolutely.
Why?
Because I can see things very clearly. He gets he gets jumbled up. So
Look at that, he's looking at you. Okay. So that means then you're also the most stubborn.
oh yes, I'm stubborn. But he is stubborn in his own way, but yes, I am the stubborn one.
Describe her stubbornness to me.
You eventually you have to agree. So that is, no matter what, you have to agree. So I believe that describes the stubbornness. Yeah. So you cannot argue on certain things. You are not going to win over. So yeah, you usually say yes, okay, fine, let's do this. Let's do
So
that
on
way.
behalf of all the ladies, including the one taking the photos, do you have brothers like you that, the single ladies, like Millicent there? You're one of a kind. Who is most likely to bring home a stray animal?
I love animals, so any point of time I can bring. But yeah, because she is a little bit, afraid of the animals, so that's why we could not take a pet yet.
Yeah, I'm not afraid, but my working hours are because sometimes I'm away traveling. I don't want. But he's a pet lover. If somebody brings a pet, that's him, not me.
Okay. Who is most likely to strike up a conversation with a stranger?
I think both.
Okay.
Yeah,
we
equally.
both we make a stranger a friend very quickly. That's a very I think one of the
In
strengths.
fact, the best friend I have in Kenya, I met her in Bata shop. I met her like a stranger. Now we are family.
Okay. So
Yes.
you both.
Yeah.
Okay. As a couple, what are your dreams? What are your dreams for your marriage? Let me start with you.
I think to help each other to accomplish personal goals,
I like
you know,
that.
that's important, because the most important part in a personal journey is sometimes you feel that there is nobody motivating you. So that is one point, and till now we have been encouraging each other, you know. Otherwise, it's very difficult to have independent careers in two different continents.
Yes.
So it has been very fulfilling for us
Yeah.
as individuals. So that I always tell women that you have to be an independent woman before you decide to get married, because if you are fulfilled, that only then you can have a fulfilling, you know, marriage.
Yeah. And also it helps to have a supportive partner.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, identity crisis in any relationship is that kills it. So when you know that you have achieved for yourself, and then you help your partner to achieve more, because we don't compete with each other, we complement.
I like that.
Yeah, there's no competition between us,
Yeah.
because when he does good, I know that he's doing because I have supported. When I do better, he knows he's been supporting.
Yeah.
And we have crazy hours, because I'm 2.5 hours behind him. No, I'm ahead of you in India. So, you know, we sometimes, there are times, you know, we just catch up on a text.
Yeah.
So you have to be very understanding. You have to understand what pressures, what situation your
Yeah.
partner goes through.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a marriage, you know, very smooth.
Keep moving.
Yes, yes.
And your
My opinion about our relationship or in marriage, I believe other than just a couple, I think you are the best companion to each other. To understand each other, you need to respect each other's ambition, goal, objective in life. It's not only the family bound or family oriented that yes, you have certain protocol to follow, but if you have a bigger ambition to achieve, yes, let her or him do and fulfill that. When she came up here, you know, she was having some challenges in terms of having an employment full time here, because of course she was on a dependent pass and all these things.
Yeah.
And she was on the peak of her career in India. So I realized that it was on my part, because I'm probably getting her deprived from the fulfilling of the peak of the career. So how should I complement? Then she said, I wanted to study her, study higher study. I said, do it. She got into the university here. Then, of course, she was doing a lot of voluntary and pro bono services in this country, got recognition. I was very happy.
Yes.
At least she is doing something good. Now, back in India, she started this initiative. I helped her because I know that where she is good at. And I think this understanding is very important.
So from September, since you came back,
Yeah.
because I know she came back in December,
Yeah.
what were you eating?
It was tough and challenging because, as she said that I'm very finicky and choosy. I didn't have that much of option because working and cooking together is tough, tough for me. So I used to just kind of go into the restaurant or whatever I used to get, I used to eat. But I knew that it's not going to be a sustainable thing, so I have to have something, alternative way of doing it. Now she came up, so I have no problem. But once she's back, then I have to look, what to do.
Yeah, maybe you'll stock up the freezer with a lot of things.
Yeah, or he has to start cooking again.
Yeah, probably.
The rice and lentils.
Rice and lentils.
Yeah, but yes, we got a house help.
Yeah.
She knew now Indian stuff, and I love also Kenyan stuff. I love ugali. I love sukuma. I love all this stuff. Nyama choma.
We have a very mixed culture.
You love nyama choma?
Of course,
Oh
this is
yes,
my favorite.
of course, mutura. Oh my God, how can you even
Girl,
stay in Kenya? Who are you?
So these are our.
And I'm a Jamhuri. My birthday is on Jamhuri Day.
Like my brother.
So
December the 12th.
Yes, yes. So
I think we are related.
the first time when he flew in the first. Then I applied for my visa, and the Kenyan ambassador wanted to. So I was waiting, anxiously that whether I'll be given the visa or not, because I was coming for the first time in this country. So everybody with me was given their passports, and I thought I am rejected, the ambassador called me in and he said, Mama, I want to give you the passport because you are Jamhuri Day. Because he saw my birthday.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that country, I feel so connected with Kenya on so many fronts.
Yeah.
That,
Okay, nice. So your Mutura Nyamachama people,
Yeah,
Ugali Skuma.
we love that.
Oh yes, and we don't get as good as Tusker in India.
I can eat every day.
Oh, you guys are so refreshing. I kid you not. Do you have any last
Any last word for you?
Just feed people, feed
people,
feed
share a
with-
meal.
Yes, share a meal.
That's
yes.
I like what you
Yes,
said that.
yes.
Like
Share
just
a
share
meal.
what you have.
Share whatever you have.
Yeah.
Just share one meal. You don't have to feed the whole world.
Yeah.
Start with one. That's
I
important.
like that. Little, what are your dreams? Little.
So I can say that our dreams, that is, little has to be every touch point. Wherever you go, you have a little touch.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so that is a vision we are carrying.
Yes.
And we need to also connect people with the life little is bringing forth. That's right from your kitchen to your delivery to your healthcare to your entertainment.
Yes.
Little has to be part of your journey.
I love it.
This is what we are looking at.
Well, all the best.
Thank you.
I mean, you have been very inspiring, especially in the sense of now living in 2 different continents. So you have embraced this new stage of your life that wasn't there before.
Yes.
And you're still going to do both, still fulfill both of your dreams in 2 different continents. It's mind-boggling. It's inspiring.
Thank you.
And I thank you for sharing your story. Ronita, I have to have you back because there's some girl talk that needs to be happening here.
Definitely, anytime. And thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you
Catherine.
for
Thank you,
coming.
Catherine.
And to you watching, thank you so much for making the time. Valentine's is, I think, 2 days away. So, get some tips from this couple. Don't sweat the small stuff. I think that's what I've gotten from them, even without them having to say it. Just appreciate the moment, appreciate each other, push each other into your individual dreams. Have yourselves a great, great weekend. Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.